Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Islam. Greetings. How are you guys feeling this morning, man? You know, it's a lot going on right now. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I know, a few people might be feeling unwell because of our that's right. We already know now. Don't know about now. You need to wake up and understand that we're dealing with a spiritual war, right? That entail a number of things, right? And don't get it twisted about this picture that y'all see up here. All I'm doing is research. So, these research is so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time today, but let's just look at a few things. Just look at some things. So previously, we found some things in this article that stated that some Moors and some Indians were allies. So in this article that I've been sharing, this is the third episode of this article. So if you want to check out the other situations, just look at the other videos. I don't want to spend a lot of time at talking about that because there's a lot of other things that we could be getting, getting better acquainted with. So let's start. This is called Mission, right? It's called the Moors. It's Moor Mission or Mission. Just type in Mission. There it is, right? That's the link right there. So you can just check it out. Mamiwata.com. Oh, and also let me share that this is for educational purposes only. Okay, fair use. It's for educational purposes only, fair use. So let's talk about it. Read. All right, it says the Messianic mental baptism of the Black or Moor initiate into universal serious mysteries. So what is this? Now we also know that there have recently been some findings in America, right? The Grand Canyon. They found some Egyptian artifacts. We already know about the indigenous artifacts that they always talk about from America, but it's some other situations too, and they also found some Buddhas too. So that makes me want to look into those situations also. So then all of a sudden I find this article, right, that's put it together. So it's just it's pertinent information. Let's say that. And like I said, these are theories. Doesn't mean that they're all 100% correct. All right. It says ISIS, Syria, and sea commerce lineage were sweeping for death over serious B execution of law. Okay. As often the case with Messianic symbolism, the secrets of baptism are involved with Egyptian iconography and hieroglyphics. In this image, gods are portrayed as weeping, are throwing drop water. The Egyptian hieroglyphic T looks like the three-fold fall of water actually means dew and portrays drops of water falling from heaven. The same hieroglyphic also means instruction or teaching. The 19th century Masonic scholar John Simmons delivered that the sound values of Egyptian hieroglyphics were more closely linked with the language than with the Coptic. So, like I said, this is all new stuff to me. I'm reading, I'm digging in real time. So don't nobody start to get all, edgy feeling. I'm just reading. All right. All right. Language with the, as was widely believed, examining the hieroglyphic MST pointed out that the Hebrew IRE throw to move this up some. Hold on. Falling from heaven. Oh, I'm down here. Water to sprinkle and to instruct. IRE is the I English and the Latin, and it is the eye of Horus that is seen over the pyramid representing the great architect. He further pointed out that this hieroglyphic is linked with Egyptian baptism. Egyptian baptism. All right. With the notion of shredding celestial dew on the head, that is with creation. In support of his argument, he examined a plate which showed an Egyptian initiation further Horus and Thoth pour sacred waters on the head of the neophyte. The one initiated in this way by water and fire was called in Hebrew MSCHE, saved or born again, a word relevant to the new state of the neophyte who has been initiated. According to Simons, the Egyptian hieroglyphic equivalent of this MSCHE or Moses incorporated the image for dew, baptism, or celestial tears. It was the anointing of a master. Mm, mm. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy stuff, man. You hear me? So we about to get this. Those who have been translators of the original Korah language of the Blackamoors, now called of the Quran, need untempered history in respect to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his indigenous black, Moorish, Israelite ancestry and lineage to the family of Amron, Amarna, as well as a better grasp of the language of the verses of the Quran and get the full spirit and truth out of these verses and others. The element water, H2O, is definitely the substance that is the basis for some molecular things. However, before the combination of the hydrogen atom and oxygen atom, there was a life force, power, and motion of the universe. Alma. And this verse is referring to what we call today ether. We call today ether. I'm gonna let y'all do the recon on ether. It's a lot to talk about. All right. Is a form of the evil water, plasma. It was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that taught his student that the first atom of the universe was created in analogy of lecture series in ancient Egypt, Tamore Mizra. Tamore Mizra. Its space was called the waters of noon. I seen noon somewhere. I was reading recently. I do a lot of reading. But the Amarna, so by the spiritual and the scientific makeup of the universe, we are Muslims, Moors. Our nature is Islam, peace, according to the anatomical and psychological make up of our being in this body of law, Quran, that this is our nature, meaning the law that we are born into existence on, and the laws that sustain and maintain. All right. We are by nationality and lineage. Oh, I read this already. Scholarship. Okay. No explain Islam like this to the black people or their own people because they too have been deceived by their own scholarship. Some are a part of the poor, the class called the 10% teachers to regard. They are aligned in this satanic conspiracy to deprive us of our full and complete freedom. The Romans 30 HQ. So set your right and origination of Hawa. And he has originated the nature of the people, no altering Allah's creation or Allah's creation, Creator's creation, the Most High's creation. That's how my whole take on it was. My whole learning what I've learned as a youngin' coming up in life. I'm just old, so I've learned a lot. You know what I mean? I've learned a lot. One thing I learned was everybody thinks, I said this on the last video, but everybody think that Allah is like a name. It's not. It's a title for the Creator, for the Most High. That is the of the resurrected ones, but most people do not know. You know about the resurrected ones. Alright. This verse states that Allah and our person's self should be directed towards that nature. The last time we ruled, we got the spiritual science. Since our demise, our enemy has done everything possible to keep us out of the true knowledge of our true history. Of the last time we, black people, ran it in the knowledge of what? Governing body of law. We using our societal rule. And I told y'all I'm reading an article. Doesn't mean that I'm siding. I'm just saying I was reading something that caught my attention because of the findings. Okay. So I'm like, okay, well, let me look into this. So I ran into this PDF. So we looking, we digging, we searching. So taking the ride or unsubscribe. I don't do this for money and subscribers and friends, and that's not why I'm doing this. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day. This was just over 500 to 200 years ago, and our government today, we are split up into parties, sects, and tribes, organizations with one another, which is the sign that we are slaves, have been mastered by Set, the separator, the Satan, the organized religion, which in essence is the falsification of the most important histories. Man, has filtered family life and every other domain of our existence. In order to deal with this situation, we must destroy these false historical and religious concepts. So understand, man. You know what I mean? I'm just reading. I don't want nobody. Sorry, YouTube. I don't want no troubles. Y'all always taking my videos down. Fair use, educational purposes only. Fair use. I'm reading a PDF. Okay? We must deal with the people that have shaped the realities. These and the Quran, which the Quran are so attractive to the populace on the earth who seek the truth. See, people like to throw this Islam thing around, and it's just people searching for the truth. So I'm wrong, so I'm a hijack because I know Islam. No, you're an idiot. Whoever said that, whoever think that, you are an idiot. You can't talk about something if you don't know. You can't make statements about things if you don't know yourself about these things. Sometimes I think when people talk about them, it's because they're trying to deter. So understand, anything else is another in deception. If our primary goal is total freedom, we need to self. Stop playing with me, man. So let's see what's going on. Because I can't see. Like, I'm new on this thing. Like, y'all know that. I'm new on this thing, trying to figure it out. So I'm not important right now. So ain't nobody chatting with me. So it's all good. Might even got a few enemies. But check this out. I've been having enemies my whole life, man. Simple as that. I'm just humble. So I'm just humble. Shit. I wonder their way. These links and take them out and put them in. I think that's how you do this. Give me a minute. Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon now. I love Sundays. Love Sundays. It's not all day, but I have peace of mind with Sundays. Sunday is really not our worship day, but I'll be a little relaxed on my Sundays, man, vibing off of positive vibes and appreciating the sun, appreciating the beautiful day and the weather, appreciating the fact that the Most High woke me up this morning, appreciating the fact that, from what I know, I'm all right. So I know how to appreciate things like that. A lot of people don't understand about a lot of stuff. So let's read. What I say, humble? Yeah. So we got a lot of Bible verses. Wait a minute. This humble. So it's a bunch of them. I can read one by one, or let's go Ephesians 2, chapter 2, verse 8 to 9, right? For by grace through faith, it is a gift of Hawa, not of works, lest any man should boast. Humble man. Humble man. Let's get another one. Man. I understand being humble. So we got a slew of them. Which one y'all want? Micah. I got a little sister. My sister's named Micah. Shout out Mike. I love you. Sister named Micah. Love you, Mike. Micah chapter 6 verse 8. He hath showed thee. He hath showed thee, O man, what is good. what doth the require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy Hawa, secure breath. So here we got humble again. Everybody tell you, people that know me always been humble. I've had my situations when I was a little younger, but for the most part, man, I've always been a humble guy. Everybody know that. The Most High know it. So let's read some more. I'm gonna go back to missions. So I want these missions in there too. Hold up, Windows. No, I'm just trying to figure out how come I always got that share link. Why they don't stay in there? I guess you gotta take them out when you want to see them. All right, it's all right. All right, so let's finish with this article. All right, it's called Mission. It's called Mission. MamiWata.com. Fair use, educational purposes only. Fair use, educational purposes only. All we're doing is educating a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm somewhat of a teacher. I'm still learning though, man. I'm still learning. I learn every day. You hear me? I'm 50 and I still learn. Don't think you can't learn. Don't think that you got it all figured out and you know everything. No, you don't. All right, so don't jump out of your seats when y'all see this picture. All right, we trying to learn something today. All right, the Moors and Islam's first redeemer in America. All right, so Noble Drew Ali. We don't do images, right? So we just gonna go ahead. Black people in general, we trying to get away from the race thing too. I mean, not race, but color, right? So we're trying to be bigger and better. So let's try to figure it out, right? All right. So black people in general learned the most applicable truths of their greatest leaders, which means that most of us missed our nation's greatest blessings. Yeah, that's true. How many of us have never known the man pictured above, Noble Drew Ali? Do you know why? It is the same reason why historically black colleges will never to teach independent city planning, military, warfare, and independent law for people. A great part of Noble Drew Ali's mission deals with government. That's true. That is true. The works of Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish American Temple of America and the work of reintroduced black people, historical indigenous Islamic legacy, bringing the idea of nationalism as a nation under a new status of citizenship, process of informing to our indigenous Islamic history here in the Americas of Mexico and throughout the world was its profound work that is directly related to the subject of reparations and restoration. This gives us much to discuss in regards to Islam's true connection to United States and international government, religion, and the general and specific histories that will play an important role in the next year of the most event altering period in history. So we just, all of you Hebrews that jumped out of your seats when I started talking about this, you have to look at the other two videos and you'll understand why we going here. You need to go in the Grand Canyon and check out what they found in the Grand Canyon recently. The public school curriculums and even the Black History Month fanfare of the United States educational system do of Noble Drew Ali and Moorish history in America. The Moorish history in America, substantial. A lot of things done, a lot of shit built. So pay attention. Why? It is in any way connected to the present war on terror. Let's see if the black man practicing the high spiritual science of Islam is a threat to governmental establishment in the United States. In his Holy Quran, Circle 7, Ali states his purpose. America having its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad to propagate the faith and extend the learning and the truth of the great prophet of Ali in America, to appoint and consecrate missionaries of the prophet to a established prophet and establish the faith of Muhammad in America. This man plays a very important role in history. He is the first teacher of the original faith, Hawa's faith, religion, that old time religion, submission to the will of Hawa. I'm messing up. I think it's two. Hold up. I'm messing up. I'm screwing up. Alright. So how did I get all the way down there? Oh, where we at? Alright. Alright. So let me finish. Let me start here. This man plays a very important role in history. He is the first teacher of faith, Hawa's faith, religion, that old time religion, will of Allah, Hawa, your creator. Yeah. So I'm just saying, man. Oh, which is called by many names. However, in Arabic, we say Islam. He brought this truth. He brought this truth. I'm thinking about stuff. He brought this truth back to the true house of Israel. He brought this truth back to the true house of Israel, the descendants of the family of Amram. This is who we, black people in America, are referred to as in the third surah of the Quran. Should I look it up? Or y'all can look it up. It is my contention that Noble Drew Ali and his family, along with the mass amounts of our people, are studied in regards to our divine lineage from the 18th dynasty of Egypt, Moorish Israel. What? Am I reading this? Our divine lineage from the 18th dynasty of Egypt, Moorish Israel. He was a descendant of a man named Yusuf bin Ali, a black man from Morocco who was a Muslim national who lived in America. Yusuf bin Ali and his son York were instrumental in the activity of Lewis and Clark and the expansion of white people's knowledge of the western frontier in America during the 1800s. Noble Drew Ali's father and mother also play a very important role in respect to this subject of American jurisprudence. Jurisprudence. Land, and our ancient indigenous history. This is covered in chapter X. Hmm. Hmm. Man, let me share something with y'all real quick. I don't usually do this, but I'll do it, man. I'll do it. It's very ballsy, but I'll do it. We looking, we digging. So what does that X mean? I seen that X. Okay, there it is. Look. This chapter X. I gotta pay my subscription again. I'm late on my bill because money just screwed up right now, man. I know I ain't the only one that's going through this finance thing, so it is what it is. But right now, I can't really get in here like I really want to. It's slick. It's good that they did that. Smart. They know what they're doing. Something going on. I don't know what it is, but something going on. What does this mean? What does this mean? Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I don't got y'all on there. Hold on. My fault. Let me go. Let me do something real quick, man. This StreamYard. All right. Put something. I'm gonna share something with you guys. Man, we saw that chapter X, right? Hold on. All right, now this is what I'm about. This chapter X is on my sixth great grandfather's paperwork on Ancestry.com. Y'all already know how I feel about Ancestry.com, so it is what it is. I'm just saying. So what is this? What is this chapter? What does this mean? Like I told y'all, I'm money tight, so I haven't. I didn't pay my monthly subscription this month, so I really can't go into it. But I've been into. I've looked in. I'm like, it wasn't saying what I really was looking for. It was like a divergence, right? So I'm gonna get into that though. I'm gonna figure that out. So yeah, that, let me go back. Let me finish reading. But that mission is a trip, man. This mission is a trip. All right, so here we go. This is covered in chapter X. You don't have a chapter 10 in this. No, this not this. The mission. All right, look. Finish reading. The men of the 18th dynasty are hidden under the so-called prophets of the Bible and Quran. And this lineage is the nation descended from Amram, or time period called the New Kingdom in Egypt, that gives rise to the Amexem civilization in America. Mayan Aztec civilization are given a credit for all the scientific, astronomical, agricultural, engineering pyramid, and mound building advancements that took place in ancient America. Hmm. Okay. Sounds possible. Sounds. Yeah. The natives of the land of Mexico, Central and the Yucatan, especially the Kush, Kish, what? Okay. People of Maya land say that their ancestors were lights. In history, there was the 19th dynasty Amarna nation that left Tomoria, Tomore, that left Tomore. Wait a minute. Let me back up. Let me start here. Let me see if this makes sense. The members of the 19th dynasty are hidden, called major of the Bible or the Quran. Yeah. And lineage is the descendants from Abraham, right? Abraham, right? Or from this time period, the new kingdom in Egypt that gives rise to the Amexem civilization in America. The Mayan Aztec civilization are given credit for all of its scientific, astronomical, cultural, architectural, engineering pyramid, and mound building advances in ancient America. The natives of the land of Mexico and the Yucatan, especially the Kish, Kush, Kish, especially the Kish, Kush, Kish, people of Maya land, say their ancestors were Israelites. It look like Maryland. It look like Maryland. Maryland? That look like it could be. I get the Maya, but it looks so much like my state. Well, where I can trace my lineage. I can trace my people back to the 1600s, to the early 1600s. I can trace my people back in Maryland, but I think it's Maya land. I'm gonna look into that. In history, there were 19th dynasty. History, they were the 18th dynasty. And, no, Amarna nation. The Amarna nation that left Tomorrow, Egypt, Africa, and fled to the Middle East and America. The Kish, who are a native tribe, report this origin to priests and mysteries of the Mexican Tompkins. I gotta read this. I want to read this. I need to read this. This is heavy. This is gonna be heavy. My bad, y'all. I'm just trying to. Man, it's so much. Like I want to look at this, but I want to finish reading too. Like, whew, this is some fire here. Is it substantial? We'll see. We'll see. These then were the three nations of Kishes. And they came from where the sun rises, descendants of Israel, of the same language and the same customs. So we know about Shem, right? We know about Shem. Man, I'm going to tell you, man. There has been so much deceit. There has been so much backstabbing. I can only speak for myself. I don't know what everybody else go through. I don't really talk about it that much because that's what people do, man. That's what people do, man. But I think I'm starting to see some things. I'm starting to figure some things out. It's heavy, man. Some heavy stuff, man. Understand these tribal wars, and then you have these clout chasers, and it's just a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. It ain't just home where you live at. It's also through technology too. So we know what's going on right now. We know what's right now. Everybody know, man. Everybody know, man. So, all right, yeah, beautiful. I mean, just imagine. I mean, suppose you had to walk up these steps like 5, 6 times a day. It had to be just somewhere like you only taking a trip, baby, going to work and then leaving out. Yeah, but all this. Yeah, all right. I'll holler at you tomorrow then. You tomorrow. So let's read. Temple of Inscriptions at Palenque, Mexico, houses the only Egyptian style burial tomb in the Western Hemisphere, said by some researchers to be the tomb of the tomb of Pakal Votan. Pakal Votan. Okay. Oh man, I gotta find a pen. Wait a minute. I need to be right. You know, my stepsons, man, they come in here, man. They do everything, boy. And my dogs, love them, part of my tribe. All right. Pascal Votan. All right, let's get back to it. Researcher Ali Muhammad attributes the tomb lost burials. And you know what they've been saying, right? Akhenaten is Moses. Most myths are truth. Like, yeah, most myths are the truth. Yeah, they just say myth to try to debunk it being the truth. So yeah, lost burial of Moses, Pharaoh Akhenaten, the leader of the Moorish Israelites. Oh my goodness, is y'all seeing this? Is you seeing? Not are you? Is you seeing this? So yeah, I'm gonna get into this on like my own. Yeah, a bunch of jewels. Kush means black and is used in the Bible Song of Solomon. Strong's Bible Concordance defines Kush as black. Yeah, I'm about to start to figure this out. Because it makes sense. It's definitely making sense. Taking my previous knowledge about certain things, yeah, it makes sense. Also, what is this? Copy of Noble Drew Ali's incorporation document. More jewels, right? More jewels. Let's fall back. I know you might. What? Whoever is on whatever they're on, okay, it's cool. You could be on it, but understand sometimes that there are other things out there that, yeah. So fall back, and let's see if we can figure it out. You got something else to do? Okay, all right, cool. Let's get our spirit right. Let's get our brain right. Let's focus on the things that we need to focus on. We don't need to be focused on we don't need to be focused on going to go buy some damn hair. We don't need to be focusing on little shiesty or whatever these goofy ass rappers are. No, you need to be focusing on the creator. Period. Focus on the right stuff, man. So we here to bring this awareness so we can start focusing on things that really matter, man, because we don't have a whole bunch of time to be wasting because we don't know what's great happening with this pandemic. So where you want to be at? Where you trying to be? So we get it done. So that's all. And let me read Noble Drew Ali's incorporation document citing his purpose to establish the fate of Islam in America from the great Quran of Muhammad. Ali states further that his purpose was to consecrate missionaries in order to carry out this work. The ability to establish a religious organization based on and drawing its authority from the Quran. Love you, son. Yeah, my son name is Quran. My second son. I got two sons. Was according to the treaties established between the Moors and the United Noble Drew Ali was a great threat to the operation of America due to his uncovering this ancient and secret as well. The archdiocese to help to completely reorder the framework of the laws. What? So that took some balls to do. All right. His work propelled the archdiocese to have to order the framework of the laws, economics of the government in America and throughout the world in the 1930s. See, I don't know Drew Ali that much. I didn't know he was. So let's read. Yes, it is true. Moses taught it. Moses, America. Well, we know that, and that Moses, who historically is Pharaoh Akhenaten, left Pajapan in an extinct volcano that was the site of an ancient priesthood established by the Moors, Egyptians. Also left the only Egyptian-style burial tomb in Palenque, Mexico, in the temple. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. Of inscriptions. The hieroglyphics show the Egyptian on the walls of the temple and even show the hieroglyphics of Votan, attributed physical handicap as no Iran possessed. This handicap was a part of an ancient Egyptian belief and was attributed to Horus or Harpocrates. Harpocrates and of Pakal in the west and Akhenaten in the east. It was symbolic of the position Pakal or Akhenaten held in Messianic traditions. The purpose of these voyages was to find the lost civilizations of their ancestors, who resided in what historically they called Tanetaru, or Yaru, the land of the gods, commonly Noble Drew Ali, initiator motion of recovery. This great legacy of ancient history sought to nationalize Negroes and blacks under the banner of our ancient nation of Islam. It was this work that the initiation of the beginning of the this is culminating into a nation for us today. The impending stock market crash of 1929, setup of Social Security since 1933, and other major part of the events that have shaped how the laws in this country and the world functions today. These events are directly related to the effect of the works initiated by Noble Drew Ali and others. There is much more content discussed in regards to that content of what Noble Drew Ali advocated that is of importance. And we will discuss these topics in the body of this first volume. No, see what's going on. And don't take it all personal. We know we got listen. I know I'm ruffling some tail feathers right now, but like I said, this is a PDF called Mission. If you want to holler at them, if your feelings hurt or whatever, right, then you need to holler at these people. Hold up, wait a minute. Where is it at? Hold up. It's called Mission. It's a PDF. All right. The wisdom of God, the masters Fard Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad. A lot has been said, but little understood of the picture. One of the names he used was Muhammad, the teacher further of the Nation of Islam and the founder of the Nation of Islam. Personal research has proven that he knew Noble Drew Ali well, which was important to this Masonry, government, Moorish Israel, and reparations. He moved secretly throughout America for 20 years before he started the open aspects of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He went under many aliens during the time Noble Genius as a man teaching him. Okay, I heard that, David. What is this? The Aeneid. The Aeneid, which is based on the ancient Shabaka stone in order of 8 letters, the ninth being the supreme called Atun Ra, who created 4 pairs of servant gods himself. Okay. What's up? Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. I still gotta live life too, so excuse me. Give me 1 sec. All right, so let's start that. Cited in the Moorish literature pamphlet of the Moorish science is presented in literature teaching Drew Ali in ancient architecture of the Moors and its ancient origin. We don't gotta get into all that. We ain't about to talk about him for 55 minutes. Yeah, we ain't about to do that. What is this? So yeah, I guess this would be a more thing, but the point I'm making is like Billy Bowlegs was in the beginning. Hold up, what's this? Hold up, what's this? I'm quite sure I went past some rules, but just work with me. This article, this PDF is kind of long. Let's read this. That solar disk held, hold on, what's this? Oh, that's where I want to go up here. Let's go here. All right, let's start. We already know that Elijah Muhammad was the man. All right, okay, we know this. All them guys, man. Noble Drew Ali, all them brothers, man. Them brothers was conscious. They was, yeah. So what is this? July the 4th, Independence Day, a cosmic event. The day of Keeper. Let's look at this for a minute. I'm trying to open our brains a little bit for you guys that don't understand. A lot of you guys don't understand the comparisons. Moorish Israelites. July 4th, the significant day given as the foundation of Islam by Master Wallace Fard Muhammad in ancient history, is the astrological day. Kipera, dung beetle in disc, Sirius, over the head of the. Okay. Keeper. Okay. The hieroglyphic symbol of dung beetle holding the solar disk. The beetle was the sign for the Cancer before the crab. The astronomical and astrological sign Cancer is from approximately June 21st to July 21st. Okay, I'm quite sure most of y'all already know July the 20th. I'm a Cancer. I don't know if it's significant or what. We'll see. Let's read. Let's get to know something. What's this? All right. That solar disk held by the dung beetle is not representing the sun, but the star Sirius. It is on July the 3rd that Sirius is aligned directly. It is the day of disappearance from the heavens. This was a special spiritual time period in the ancient Moorish nation. Egypt, Tomorrow. This astrological positioning of the planet and this star at the center is a time of spiritual force that events on the earth. I was born in 1970. I'm saying, I don't want y'all thinking, why is he reading slow now? Is he retarded? No, it's just this stuff, man. Reading this stuff, man. Reading. A lot of times I know how to take it because people write a lot of stuff. You know? So, all right, let me finish. This positioning of the planet's sun and the stars is a time of special spiritual force. It is coincidental that America was founded on this date, July 4th, 1776. It is coincidental that Master Father announced the independence of us on the 4th. Was he aware of the ancient science of life that deals with the serious mysteries that was established by the family of Abraham? The eight Moorish Israel. I'm gonna say something about this real quick. I'm just saying. I notice it's a lot of beef. We have these cultural background beefs, religious kind of like. I'm not really religious, but like cultural background divides. Okay. And one of the big ones I'm seeing lately on social media and YouTube is the Moors, the Aboriginals, the indigenous. My thing is this: just suppose, we were allies and we was cool, and just suppose that this uh, uh, divide was perpetrated by those people, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This article said that earlier, and this PDF said that in the beginning of the PDF. So I'm just saying. I was thinking that like 2 or 3 days before I read this, I was thinking that just suppose. Then I read it it tripped me out. I read the beginning of it. All this, it's getting to the end of it, but in the beginning when I was skimming, I saw some things, and I did 2 videos before this giving information also. If you would like to see what was being talked about, just check the other 2 videos out. Like I said, I'm not like the big editing guru with all of the video. I'm learning as I go. A lot of this stuff I'm learning on my own, so I haven't learned to how to put pictures up all on one screen just yet, and put writing with it. I'll get it. I'll get it. The most high I want it to happen, it'll happen. If it won't, then it won't. I'm just saying, because don't know, on this side, no one. I teach myself. Self-taught. All this is self. So yeah. So where was that? Yeah. Let me go back. Let me go ahead. All right. The world monotheistic of the present age of history. Okay. What knowledge of the physical motions and geometry of the universe have to do with our concept of wa, self, and its accuracy or inaccuracy, or subject is, our subject is reparations. And in order to here, we must discuss the knowledge of self, wa, and go on all levels. Understand? So when you're learning something new, don't cut it off until you learn it first. And once you learn it, if you feel as though it's not for you, then stay away from it then. How can we identify the source of all unit force? Let me tell you, man, ever since I was a kid, man, I've always been intrigued about higher self. My dad did that to me. Shouts to Pops. I love you, man. Period. I know we have our differences, or I'm a man, you a man, so we have our whatever. But that's my pop. Nobody, man. I never try to hurt him. Never. If you try, my dad ain't no sucker. He's a little up in age, but you'd have caught him 40 years ago, 30 years, 20 years ago. You'd have caught him 20 years ago, boy. He put something on you. Put something on you. So this significance of serious and ancient traditions surrounding government plays an important role in the of America, of our government, the new kingdom. People unjustly have been able to rule unjustly is that that dealing with a superior wisdom or supreme deception. It is the initiation of wisdom from the above mentioned. So we just skimming through real quick. Okay, I think this is the end. Right. I don't want more of that stuff no more. This stuff here, I start seeing, damn, I'm in no trouble. I don't want nobody to get mad at me. They get mad at you, but when you talk about, all right, so what's this? The other standard versions are from the Hebrew Masoretic text. From the 9th century AD that writes 900 AD, the importance of the Septuagint Bible is that the council who recorded the history of Israel were recording the oral traditions they from the true Moabites in Babylon. Afterwards, white Jews, under the direction of Ptolemy and other rulers who came later, studied the law of the 18th dynasty, that they nearly walked away by the biblical and Quranic Pharaoh Ramses I and his son Seti I during Egypt. Lost history of the 19th dynasty, of the 18th dynasty, Moorish Israel was these white people, so-called Jews, to graft themselves in as Israel, and prophets were really major figures of the 18th dynasty of Egypt, like Akhenaten, Moses, Solomon, and Uya, Thutmose, Third, David, Abraham. Man, let's go. Read some more. We bought more. See, I had to bypass some of that stuff because some of that other stuff, if you're not conscious, it's gonna have you scared. So, a Stella from the records, the 7th year of the rule of Hotep II, Saul, and his military commander Thutmose III, Yahya David, Abraham David, in Memphis, show that there were 3,600 Apiru, strangers, foreigners, of the captured bodies. David, Abraham, Uya, Solomon, Akhenaten are recorded in the Bible as dealing with these same strangers and keeping a of them. There are 3,600 of the strangers recorded in the 2nd Chronicles 13 to 17 verses, or Apiru, which became the word Hebrew, Abiru. Man, I'm ready to look into all of this stuff, man. This is some, yeah, yeah, yeah. We about to look into all this. All right. I want to read this again. To it. I'll go back to it. All right. All right. One Charles Thompson, Secretary of Congress, by and through his work with this translation, his work in working for the flag and the new seals bearing it, the iris, the eagle, and the significant 13, was very aware of these traditions, their Egyptian origins, and their connection to the astronomical significance of Sirius. Where did it come from, and why was it so important and instrumental in the foundings of the nation that has become the most powerful nation on earth? Will we find the secret influence of the members of the descendants of the Egyptian 18th dynasty family of Amram, Moorish Israel, in the halls on the Continental Congress, in the establishment of America? If so, how would the influence of black people of this lineage of the affairs of the American government make us view everything that is operating around us in respect to the government and even the past itself as it relates to the slavery period? Man, fair use, educational purposes only. I'm just reading. What about our concepts of slavery? What we will find is that the wars between our ancestors and white people took place after we helped them learn our science of government building. Yeah, administratively and physically. Are we willing to take a closer look? Hmm. Prior to the adoption of the design for the seal in 1782, the two mottos had been changed by Thompson. In fact, it was Thompson, who had been a Latin instructor prior to being the headmaster of the Congress, who came up with not the one nor the two, but not the three mottos which grace the Great Seal of the United States. When the two designs were passed Congress on June the 20th, to recognize that the Vis Seclorum signified, as Thompson wrote, the beginning of the new American era. Hmm. Deep. I gotta start reading this stuff. All right. This is the seal of the pyramid through. I'm sorry, the seal of the pyramid, though, was never cut. I want to look at this. I guess we can look at it. By law, it should have been cut and used in 1782 alongside September the 15th. See, I don't like reading a lot of this old stuff. I don't like reading this stuff, man, because I don't like reading some of this stuff, man. But you gotta be careful. By law, I'm gonna start at the beginning. By law, it should have been used in 1782 alongside obverse 1789. The legal need first pyramid, but this did not happen. When this was recut in 1841, the reverse pyramid was ignored, and in 1883, it was decided to abandon all attempts to cut it. In the following year, an act, July 7, 1884, to make the dies of both the obverse. Once again, in spite of an act of Congress, the reverse pyramid was not. Man, we're gonna be here for a minute, man. We gotta talk about it, man. You miss that. Read, please. Or I'll read. Just chill. Take 5. Go to the bathroom. Do something. Sorry, family. Had to take a gas break. Fair use. Educational purposes only. Fair use. Okay. Where we at? All right. So y'all, I'm quite sure y'all got what all this is saying, right? Yeah. Okay. So why was it not cut? It is for the same reason that the word democracy is used by the government, although it itself in the document that is the law of the land, the Constitution. the word republic, Constitution. However, the government created under the Constitution has a dual contractual. It's called bamboozleism. That's what it's called. Bamboozleism is what it's called. Based on the Supreme Clause represented by the dual seals and specifically these that lay the base for understanding the Supreme Clause of the Constitution. It represents the two nations in America, one being the ancient indigenous Moorish nation and the other being the United States of America. A note here of interest is that Charles Thomas served as a secretary for the so-called Lene Indigenous Americans. His service in this group is a key connection of the Continental Congress to the history of Masonry and our own hidden indigenous Moorish heritage and history that is veiled in this Ape or Iroquoian history. And like I said, I'm reading, and it's the first time I'm reading all this stuff. So don't get puffy, all right? Remember, white people have changed the names of many things to create confusion. In 1756, Thompson was the secretary for the Lenape, Delaware Indians, Moors, Nubians, at a great council held at Easton, and that nation adopted him as a son according to an ancient custom. The word Lenape is derived from which you will find related to Akhenaten, Pakal Votan. You know, it's gonna be something easy involved. I'm gonna look at that. I know that's gonna be something wild, especially to his not or which is interestingly of Egyptian origin. Lord in Arabic means prophet or messenger of the word of Hawa, ancient language of the family of Amram, Moorish Israelites, often called Maya, which are these, gave the name Nab, the bodies of water, water lilies, turtles, the water in general. Water lilies was of extreme importance in Egyptian religious tradition. The Le in Lenape was ancient origins. The conventional meaning given is that it means original people, as the Lenape were considered the grandfather group amongst the indigenous peoples of America. The true origin of Le used in this frame of reference in Lenape, denoting its connection to America. It derived from glyph forms found on the Temple of Inscriptions at Palenque, Mexico, the secret burial of the tomb of Akhenaten, Moses, Solomon. This inscription is described in the sculpture of Palenque, Volume 2. As the tiff, the leaf-like element with three circles at the end, hangs below the left armpit. The leg is a lineage symbol of ancestors and designates that the person wearing it is on his clothing or paraphernalia has legitimate ancestral relationship to a royal person. This linguistic and cultural connection of the Lenape to ancient Mexico is the link that establishes our people first returned to Turtle Island, the Americas, and the line of time that, I'm sorry, in the line of time from the building of the pyramids in the Americas to the establishment of the American government based on the ancient laws of the ancient Moorish Israelite nation. This is all subsequent to the condition of becoming slaves of the foreign white man and woman from Europe. So, going in, we going in. The Lenape are recorded as the owners of Philadelphia and allegedly sold a Section 2 William Penn in 1682. Statues of the turtle are still found on Penn's Landing. The area of Le Nape was called Sacamexon, Shacamexon, which is similar to Shacamexum, Shacamexum, Sacamexum. Penn compares the language of the so-called Lenape to the Hebrews. This language lofty. This language is lofty, not narrow, but like the Hebrew in signification full, like shorthand in writing. One word serveth in the place of three, and the rest are supplied by the understanding of the hearer. The records and journals of the Continental Congress proved that something very significant was going on with indigenous Americans and the forming government of the United States in regards to its formation. I repeat, the hidden indigenous history of the black man and woman in America is intricately tied to this subject. It is a key component to the restoration, discussion in respect to land rights and status, which are two integral and critical aspects of decision as we move towards an independent nation. I guess that's the last one. Not knowing what has to be. All right. So yeah, if y'all want to read it, it's called Mission. I'll leave the link in the description box. Y'all check it out. So yeah, this is what we doing. That's what we doing. I could go further, but it's kind of in. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shabbat Shalom. Shalom. Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. Bye bye. Red Eagle.